Thank you so much for joining me today on Senior Fitness with Meredith. So what we're going to talk about today is a big topic that many of us either deal with or think about, or I get questions about very often. What should I do if I have knee issues and or pain? So number one, I would always say you need to consult your doctor. And if this is an ongoing ailment that you've been having that's actually keeping you from doing things that you love, you need to first and foremost consult your doctor. So going from there, of course, say throughout the day when we're walking around, we get tired and fatigued, we lose our core, we want to hyperextend our knee joints and lock them out. Big no-no. Always keep a micro bend in those knee joints and really focus on staying as tall as possible, keeping the core pulled in tight, keeping a little muscle contraction in your quadriceps. We need to exercise. Number one, let's build up our quadricep muscles, our thigh muscles. As we build those up, we're going to protect our knee joints. We need to do that to alleviate the pain if we're already having it, or to stop it before it even occurs. Building up our muscles, strengthening our bones, hence strengthening our joints. If you're having these ailments and issues and you're seeing swelling and things like that occur, especially as the day persists and you've been on your feet, you've been walking around, you've been doing your exercises. I think we've heard of the RICE, so resting, putting ice on it to reduce the swelling and inflammation that we're getting. Compression, especially if you've seen a doctor, a lot of times they will prescribe or give you some type of knee brace to kind of keep that knee in place as you're moving it, and then elevate it. If you're sitting throughout the day, try and bring that leg up a little bit higher than the rest of the body. So we take some of that swelling and that inflammation that we happen to get throughout the day, reducing that. Remember, exercise is good. I know sometimes it doesn't feel right. If I'm having pain, should I really exercise? Really focus on those quadricep muscles. And as you're doing your exercises, whether standing or sitting, focus on that muscle leading the way, never leading from the knee joint. Again, always keep that micro bend in the knees. Don't hyperextend and lock them out and then cause that pain. Whether we have it or not, we're going to cause it by doing that. Consult a doctor if you're having major issues and pain, but continue with your daily activities. RICE, rest, ice, compression, elevation. Questions, comments, concerns, anything you have for me, I love to hear it. I love the feedback, and I love to give you some of my knowledge, what I've learned from my experience. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time.